Hello everyone and welcome to Goblin Squire Plays Ruined King. Those of you who are paying attention will have noticed that this is normally my League of Legends stream slot, but I'm doing something slightly different for the time being. So League of Legends is on between season break, I guess. The last season is finished, the new season doesn't start for a while, so I'm doing something slightly different, and so I'm going to play Ruined King, which is from Riot Games, who are the makers of League of Legends. And it's part of their kind of plan recently to expand their IP to include all kinds of everything. And Ruined King is kind of the latest installment of that. It's a new game which has just come out, and it is it's an RPG game. It's been kind of described as being a bit like a JRPG, which for those of you who are unaware stands for Japanese role-playing game. So a bit like a Final Fantasy game maybe. It's not a game I've played at all just yet, so I'm kind of going to be exploring it with you as we go along, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, we're just going to kind of get cracking, really. I'll get it loaded up and we can start playing. There we go. Okay. Very nice. So yeah, Riot Games are the makers of League of Legends, so Riot Forge is one of their brands, presumably. The Blessed Isles. So this, I think, is set in the past compared to League of Legends, because in League of Legends lore, they're no longer the Blessed Isles, which I think is what this story is about. So. There you go, I'll have the volume up a little bit for you. Yeah, the graphics are absolutely stunning. So my guess is that that's Viego, and he's just lost his wife. But I'm genuinely not sure. Ooh, wow. So he's been run through with that belt. Yeah, part of the thing is I'm not sure how much knowledge it presupposes you have from the game of League of Legends. Ooh, wow. Wow. Because in League of Legends lore, yeah, there you go, the Blessed Isles turn into the Shadow Isles because of the actions of Viego, who becomes the Ruined King. So that's kind of what we were seeing there. Ooh, so I think this is Thresh. Oh no, that could still be the Ruined King. Oh, that's a Loudly though. Love it. That's Braum, I think. Yeah, definitely Braum, you can tell by the moustache. Yasuo in the background, I think. Yeah, that's Yasuo. I'm gonna guess Ari? I'm not sure. Ooh, that's Pike. Very nice. They definitely know how to make epic scenes and compelling characters. Yeah, absolutely. It is a very cool opening cinematic. Okay. Looks like we're ready to actually play the game. Awesome. Let's check this out. Right. So So I don't have any idea what the controls are. I don't know anything really about this game at all. As I say, I am told it has a JRPG kind of feel to it, but that's about all I know. Right. I don't think it makes a difference which profile I choose. No real idea. I think it's probably just the equivalent of like save slots. Okay, the volume's gone up now, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. Right, new game. Here we go. Ooh, right. Difficulty levels. I can go story. Enjoy the story of the game with a mild challenge. Combat encounters can be skipped for a more casual experience. Standard difficulty balance for a moderate challenge. Great if you are new to turn-based role-playing games. Veteran enemies are more difficult and you will need to dive into your full set of abilities to succeed. Good for classic turn-based RPG fans that want more challenging combat encounters. Or heroic. Enemies are very difficult and combat encounters will put your abilities and resources to the test. Enchantment and item management is a must. It's good that I like a game that has different difficulty levels to choose from. I think that's always a good sign for a game. I think I'm going to go veteran. What do we think, everybody? You can change difficulty at any time outside of combat encounters from the game options menu. I think that's a good thing as well. I know it's one of the conversations that people have around accessibility and things like that. I think veteran is a good choice, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I won't get absolutely annihilated. There we go. Right. Ooh, more cinematic.
Monsters are real.
Well, must be Misfortune because it's Laura Bailey talking.
When I was a girl, my mother was murdered by a low-life coward named Gangplank. He shot me and left me for dead. There was no trial. In Bilgewater, he was the law. I hunted him. I killed his men. I watched Gangplank die, washed away on the burning tide. But there are still monsters about. For centuries, the Buru people have protected these islands from the worst of them. But even
I love this style as well.
heroines. Attacks in the form of a lethal black mist, courtesy of our unliving neighbors on the Shadow Isles.
So that's the Ruined King that we saw in the first
heroines
instance.
return stronger, while the Buru grow distant. How long can we rely on prayers and magic? My monsters are flesh and blood. They don't frighten me. Only one thing does. Becoming one of them.
I think the contrast of styles between the opening cinematic and that is really interesting. The kind of, I guess, almost like real life, true life intro, and then that really comic book style thing, I think is a really interesting change. So I don't know if it's when Misfortune killed him, because it was before my time playing League of Legends, but Gangplank actually died in League of Legends lore and he wasn't playable for a short while.
It's almost quiet from up here.
Yes,
Only
Misfortune.
I didn't know better.
Good morning, Captain. Your guest has arrived.
Raffen, remember when we could just take what we wanted, go where we wanted? We didn't have a care in the world. Now look at us.
We'll hydrate from
Taking
Pete.
appointments, attempting diplomacy.
Well, at least our line of diplomacy still involves guns.
That may be true.
Oh dear.
But when he was Reaver King, Gangplank only used guns. If I unite the gangs with violence, will the city still think of me as a savior?
Gangplank was a tyrant, Sarah. You're tough, but you aren't cruel. I'm proud to be your first mate, and the rest of the crew is proud to call you our captain. The gangs will follow you. It's only a matter of time.
I had no idea
They
Misfortune's
can't
first name
follow
was
me
Sarah.
if they're dead. Hopefully I can change their minds before they're all wiped out.
Some dogs won't obey until you show them the stick.
Well then, let's not keep Captain Thorn waiting any longer.
That's an odd analogy. I know you talk about the carrot and the stick for a horse, but if you show a dog a stick, surely it's just going to want to chase it. I don't know. That seems like an odd analogy to me. Anyway, here we go.